Da sind wir wieder mit The Outer Worlds. Müssen immer noch den mysteriösen Tod aufdecken. Von der Perle. Oh lol. Geht in. Alter, ist doch gut, das leckt's. Obstgärten.
Maybe I could hold up my end if your people weren't sabotaging my operations.
Okay. Quatsch mal mit euch.
And if sabotaging the orchards weren't enough, you had to make it personal. You really had to bust my instant coffee maker too? The nerve.
Hold that asinine thought. Who was this armed stranger who just wandered into your office? Back up for a fight you can't finish?
What the hell are you talking about? I don't know this fella. I think it's mightily more likely that he's under your payroll. Here to burn down what you haven't already.
Hey, ich stecke hier in niemandes Tasche. Aber das kann ich nicht noch ändern. Okay. Ich bin nur hier, um einen Mordfall aufzuklären, aber die Geschäfte gehen mich nichts an. Also es stimmt schon, dass Dinge in meiner Nähe überraschend oft zu Bruch gehen. Aber von Sabotage weiß ich nichts.
I see. Just a visitor then. Congratulations, Hathaway. Not everyone's abandoned your orchards.
Well, shame that you're trying to change that. Anyway, sorry for the heated reception, stranger. There's just been some trouble here of late. Name's Overseeing Orchardist Hathaway, and I'm in charge of these orchards. Though it seems like certain groups, which will remain unnamed, are trying to change that. Looks like I'm stuck playing the part of customer service rep. Guess it's different from the usual, at least. Something I can do for you?
Hast du Hölzchen Helen vor ihrem Tod gesehen?
Yeah, I saw her. Tried to flag her down for an autograph, but to no avail. Ran right by me. No idea where she was heading. Seemed like she had a lot on her mind.
Wenn ich das richtig sehe, bist du der Mann, den ich zu diesen Obstgärten befragen sollte.
Whether or not I like it, yes, that's right.
Ich habe gehört, wie du dich über deine Zielvorgabe beklagt hast.
Yeah. Quotas are higher than ever because of the upcoming release of Spectrum Brown, but we haven't been hitting them. Frankly, it's ridiculous. Our workers are all about 30% more productive than usual. They keep getting injured, which is setting us behind. I blame the treatment Rizzo's keeps making them get.
Wieso zwingt den Arbeitern eine Behandlung auf?
Look, they don't tell me the specifics. All I know is that the workers leave their typical morose selves and come back more chipper than an automechanical woodcarver. Look at Jacob, our groundskeeper, if you ain't met him. If he were any less personable before, I'd have had him replaced with a trained canid. Now he's all smiles.
Was für Unfälle passieren denn so?
It's like the workers all forgot their 10-minute workplace safety seminars. And that's twice as long as the next leading brand. Our people should be safety experts. And yet, I've seen folks step on open electrical wires, drop pallets on each other. One damn fool even blundered into a wasp-keto hive. Even as he died, he looked fairly pleased. Okay then.
Okay. Du hast vorhin von Sabotage gesprochen.
Yeah. Just another woe to add to the pile. In the past, the orchard subcontracted security work from Slug. You know, keep the malcontents on staff from causing too much trouble. But between the Spectrum Brown unveiling demanding all of our resources and the recent uptick in worker accidents, we just ain't got the budget for security. And, of course, Slug has decided that instead of being reasonable, they're just gonna sabotage our operations until we start paying them again.
Look at the poor Rizzo's manager, lying about Sublight to make himself feel better. Shame he skipped where Rizzo's were short on our payments months before the new unveiling.
Look, at the end of the day, it's obvious that Slug is sabotaging us. I ain't paying until they come clean.
Ich könnte herausfinden, was wirklich vor sich geht. Von was für Sabotageakten sprechen wir denn? Du hast von einem Anstieg an Arbeitsunfällen gesprochen.
Oh, you know, nothing particularly troublesome. Just rogue exterminator mechanicals, opening fire on anything that twitches within 300 yards of them. We've also got a large group of new saplings, all dead from some kind of toxic substance. Poison, I guess. And who could forget the tower processing console, which probably just shorted out and stopped working on its own, even though it's outfitted with 3 separate backup systems?
There are a suite of explanations for what could have happened, most pointing to Rizzo's worker incompetence. My people didn't sabotage anything.
Ich könnte herausfinden, was... Okay.
Thank the law. Some good news. You hear that, lapdog? Truth's coming. Better fess up while you still can outside of an interrogation room.
While I'm sure you'd love to have a scapegoat on whom you can pin your own incompetence, I suspect you'll be disappointed. But what do I know? I suppose it's up to your new hiree.
Die Toten deswegen halt die Kamera untersuche, okay. Alright.
Service needed. Pollen clog in port 3.
Please visit the Purpleberry Nut Hut to purchase an audio tour today.
Quatsch schon mal mit Sydney Moyano.
Whoa, 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 it's Rizzo's! Welcome to the Purpleberry Nut Hut, you wonderful, wonderful customer!
Du hast da was
Thank
am
you for
Hals.
giving my humble existence value.
I can't tell if she's happy or in serious pain.
I sure am! Good lamps you got on you to take notice.
Was im Namen des Gesetzes ist das an deinem Hals?
Oh, that? I call it my little passenger. I don't know why. The name just appeared in my head when this thing showed up on my neck.
Aufgetaucht. Wie lange hast du denn schon diesen Passagier?
Couple of days. Ever since it showed up, I've been feeling happier and happier. I really can't imagine life without my little passenger.
Und wo hast du diesen kleinen Passagier gefunden?
I don't know. It just appeared one day. I guess I just picked it up while working in the orchards. Sometimes I wonder how it showed up, and I start to worry. But worrying feels bad, and I hate feeling bad. So now I'd love to get you something. Maybe a couple somethings? Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
Kannst du mir irgendwas über die Obstgärten erzählen?
I'm so glad you asked. The orchards are my third favorite subject, with my first being Rizzo's refreshing drinks and my second being Rizzo's toothsome confectionaries. Our orchards are the source of 63% of Rizzo's total produce, which correlates to 112% of fresh goods throughout all of Halcyon. Give or take a few percent, of course. If you want to know more about each part of the orchard, might I recommend one of our fantastic tours? One of our options is even audio guided as a special bonus feature.
Vielleicht habe ich daran Interesse, mehr über deine Touren zu erfahren.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Our tours are my fourth favorite subject. Every part of the orchards is so rich with Rizzo's lore. Buy a tour ticket and anoint yourself with knowledge.
Ja. Was sind meine
We
Optionen?
have 3 tour options: Premium, Premium Plus, and the Golden Ticket. Each option is wonderful in its own special way. Premium includes a 10-minute pass to the Sprat Petting Zoo. Premium Plus comes with the novelty Purpleberry and Amber, and the Golden Ticket is audio-guided in addition to being self-guided.
Wieso steht auf aggressive Verkaufstechniken? Was?
Oh no! Rizzo's doesn't make me recommend the tour. Helping customers just makes me even happier than I already am. And that's saying a lot. Happy workers lead to happy customers. Happy customers are repeat customers.
That smell's gonna haunt my nightmares.
I'm not quite sure what you mean. There's really nothing better than feeling a euphoric sense of happiness and self-contentment. Now, I'd be pleased as punch to sell you a tour ticket.
Ich kaufe ein
Which
Ticket.
kind would you like? You're in luck. We have one left. That's great. Thank you so much. No, I'm sorry. The only celebrity who shopped recently is Black Hole Birdie. Quite the affable man, as it so happens. And the stories are wrong. He could probably lift 2 benches of tossball players at once, not just one. Laws, not just affable, but virile, too. Ooh, wait a minute. Now that his beau's dead, that means Birdie's single. Maybe I'll strike up a little more than conversation the next time he comes by.
Du weißt aber schon, dass Bertie ein Verdächtiger bei der Ermittlung in Helens Mordfall ist, oder?
Oh my! Birdie, a murderer? Well, everyone has their flaws. I'll be sure not to bring it up on our first date.
Eisinator.
Our alcohol stocks are large. Keep your sadness to yourself.
Sorry. Hm. Was haben wir denn hier? Eine Leiche. $150. Was?
All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Hm. Das ist quasi die Waffe nur als Eis-Damage, würde ich sagen. Würde ich so sagen, ja. Haben wir ein Problem? Ich wollte nicht kämpfen, aber ja. Neunzig. Morgen. Taktische Schrotflinte 3. Scheiß drauf.
Halt. Beginning security patrol. Here they come!
Ja. Huh. Einfach angejist, ey.
Stay away, sir. Is 33.33% effective against wasp mosquitoes. Disclaimer. Spray is still in development and may cause terminal side effects in customers.
Huh.
Timeline
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
What? Keine Ahnung. Oh Gott.
Resistance to cleaning efforts. Neutralized.
Trying to infect me with your... I just want to be
That's the
your
last of 'em.
I just wanna be your friend. Ist das so? Ist das so?
Congratulations. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
What do you think you're doing?
Ich wollte gerade gehen.
Just keep your fingers to your own self, okay?
Quatsch schon nochmal.
Hey! Oh, wait. I'm supposed to say the slogan. Okay, you can do this, Anna. Here goes. It doesn't matter if you're you or me. We're all part of the Rizzo's family. How was that?
I thought that was a real good effort. Keep at it.
Du hast dich berühmt. Ja.
I wish you'd just said it was terrible. The pity stings worse than the shame. I'm sure you've guessed it, but I'm not the best at remembering slogans. And when I can't remember them, I tend to just make them up. But I guess that's why I'm just an intern and not a full-timer. At least, not yet.
Du hast doch in den Obstgärten keinen Ärger gemacht, oder?
What? No, that's ridiculous. I can't tell you I've never made any mistakes, but it'd be pretty hard to keep my job if I were trying to break everything. Though there was the time I tried to fix a broken hinge on one of our mosquito hives and released a swarm. Chased me around the orchards 3 times before I managed to get help.
Du wurdest von Wesbüken verfolgt. Was hat es mit denen auf sich?
Well, they're really mean, for one thing. Mosquitoes don't stop stinging you when you die. They keep going for 10 or 15 minutes after. Don't worry, though. Mosquitoes are typically only about when living folks aren't in the orchards.
Was passiert, wenn die Wesbüken während der Besuchszeit ausfliegen?
I am contractually obligated to tell you that mosquitoes never get out during visiting hours. But when they do, the only way to get them to return is to go directly to hive control and activate emergency recall. Which isn't easy, considering all the hives near control. But this is all a departure from what I wanted to say. I've been trying to help the orchards, not harm them. Hold a moment. You haven't found anything, have you? But there's nothing to come clean about. I've just been doing my best out here.
Ich glaube nicht, dass ich schon mal einen Praktikanten getroffen habe.
It's not so different from being a regular worker, just with less pay and less respect. Oh, it's also more dangerous than traditional employment. You don't have the experience to back up your work yet, but being fired isn't any less threatening. Work-wise, I do a bit of everything. The orchards have been short-staffed as long as I've been working here. So if there's an odd job around, it usually gets passed to me.
Okay. Wie hast du deine Position erhalten?
Laws. You've got a sixth sense for finding the most embarrassing question, huh? My mother is the Rizzo's assistant vice president of flavor testing. She set me up with this position. Mostly to keep me from troubling her work, I think. Consequently, I don't always feel like I deserve to be here. All the more reason to work harder, I say.
Ich nehme mal an, dass du nicht vorhast, Praktikantin zu bleiben.
Much as I love delivering coffee and medical attention, not quite, no. Don't tell anyone I said this, but I sometimes feel that our workers could be treated a little better. Maybe only get electrocuted awake every other day. So I'm shooting for administration in Rizzo's. Maybe even the board itself. Best way to evoke change is from the inside, I think.
Okay. Wieso wird man Praktikant, wenn es risikoreicher als eine reguläre Anstellung ist?
Much higher chance of promotion. If I can tough it out here without getting axed, I can skip the 5+ years of customer service I'd normally have to deal with. I can prove my merit here and move up in the world. And the sooner I do that, the sooner I can set to improving things for everyone else.
Ja, viel Glück damit,
I
würde ich
get the
sagen.
feeling you don't think I can do it.
Doch,
That's
doch,
okay.
doch, doch,
Trying to
alles gut.
improve the system from within isn't the most glamorous thing, but I think it's worth the effort.
Genau.
Happy to enlighten you on the fascinating world of internships. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Unless you already have, and I've forgotten. In which case, I probably won't forget a second time.
Hast du irgendwo eine angeschlagene Schauspielerin herumlaufen sehen?
Oh yes. I thought I saw someone who looked self-important enough to be her by the conservatory some time ago. Not to speak ill of the dead. I simply never liked the way she stole the limelight from the true star. Burbage 3001.
Was ist Spencer Woolrich?
Who?
Du bist ein Burbage-Fan?
I certainly am. That aerodynamic chassis, how the light glints off his rotund head, the way he enunciates, cry havoc, and let loose the cadence of war. Excuse me, I got a little lightheaded there. Nobody does Shakespeare like Burbage. What were we talking about?
So ist das Showbiz.
I suppose so.
Ja, war schön.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. These footprints match the shoes previously analyzed in the Grand Ballroom. There is a 110% chance with a 10% margin of error that they were left by Ruth Bellamy, the actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Fußabdrücke untersuchen.
High traffic areas are the most susceptible to mud stains and ground-in soil buildup. Deploying tarmac shampoo and spit shine servicing now.
Frühstück hatte, und zwar vor einer Woche, ziemlich offensichtlich. Helen hatte es eilig und sie glaubte, verfolgt zu werden.
That's real good work, Captain. You think the killer was chasing Miss Helen through the orchards?
Das werden wir sehen.
Lovely weather calls
Wer bist
for
du
a
denn?
Well, hell, sweet hello
Ah,
there,
das war so ein
valued
schönes
visitor.
Ding am Hals.
I am sure sorry to break it to you, but our orchards are closed to all officially guided tours at this precise moment in time.
Oh, my dear Law. Sir, I don't mean to be rude, but do you know what's going on with your face?
Why, thank you! Rizzo's encourages all workers to put on a happy face when engaging with valued customers. Rizzo's does beseech you to please purchase one of our self-guided options if you're wishing to join one of our rejuvenative, relaxing, reformatory tours. Now with a Puzzle Hedges trademark maze hunt and special edition taste testing for an extra 35 bits a ticket.
Ich möchte keine Tour buchen, ich fühle meine Ermittlung durch.
What kind of investigation? You wouldn't happen to be from the health inspection office, would you?
Gesundheitsamt? Ich wusste nicht, dass es sowas auf Hölzchen gibt.
For sure there is. The Health and Safety Bureau is board-run and certified. So in Eridanos, all inspectors effectively work for Rizzo's. Well, and other representative member corporations of the board. It turns out, the other board corps get a hearty chuckle out of harassing Rizzo's with regular safety checks. It's really not fair if you think about it. Just because we own less shares on the board than the others doesn't mean we should have to deal with health and safety inspections when the others don't.
In dem Fall hat mich absolut das Gesundheitsamt geschickt. Mach dich schon mal auf Strafzahlung gefasst.
Oh, drat. This distresses me. And I do not like feeling cross. But I do have a few bits on me. Mayhaps this amount will put a smile on your face. I warned the orchardist this could happen when we halted our monthly bribe to Slug. They were always a reliable go-between, regarding inspections before now. So, what might you be looking to find out, Mr. Inspector?
Der leitende Obstgärtner hat mir bereits alles über Rizzo's Beziehung zu Slug erzählt.
Did he now? Well, that sounds about right. He has been mightily outspoken in his disdain for Slug in recent months. The overseeing orchardist had the last groundskeeper deliver a contract termination in the place of our regular payment. Rizzo's decided we don't need their services anymore. See, with our new morale-boosting medical treatments, our employees are much more productive. No need for unsightly intimidation tactics.
Was sind das für Behandlungen?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to say. Trade secrets and all that. You understand, I'm sure.
Ich versuche die Spuren von Halsey und Helen durch die Obstgärten
Well,
nachzuverfolgen.
you are in luck. She passed right by here the other day. I thought she'd hired a private tour at first, but it was Dr. Blossom who was showing her the way to the RR and DD labs. Can't imagine why she'd need to meet with our head researcher on the Spectrum product line outside of her lab hours. Unless, of course, it had to do with the new product unveiling.
Ist vermerkt und weiter zu meinen anderen Fragen.
You lead, I'll follow. Not anywhere off the grounds, of course. I never leave the orchards. But within the bounds of this stimulating conversation, I will follow your proverbial footprints trail.
Ich habe bereits ein Ticket, das okay.
An excellent decision you most certainly won't have cause to regret. Now, presently, you're standing smack dab in the pride and joy of Rizzo's nearly natural product development sector. We call this fecund landscape the Purpleberry Orchards, since that's our main crop. But we also sow and grow mock apples, nanners, pea-free nuts, tarmac, and more. Of course, tours of any excess level must be suspended during a scheduled pollinization cycle. Our mosquitoes are quite territorial and have been known to sting both workers and visitors alike.
Bist du der Landschaftshüter?
Yes, indeedy. I've got the wondrous honor of having just been promoted to third keeper of the grounds after the last one disappeared on the job. Gosh, I guess about a week ago now. Before my morning clock-in last Sunday, I was but a lowly nanner peeler picker on the line shift. Now I'm responsible for growing every twig and berry on this vast swath of fertile land.
Es kommt dir nicht verdächtig vor, dass der letzte Landschaftshüter plötzlich verschwunden ist.
Heaven sweet, no. It's not like he was murdered. He simply disappeared without a trace and hasn't been heard from since. And the groundkeeper before that one? Well, she wasn't missing at all. Her body was found near hive control, covered head to toe in thousands of welts. No mystery, and certainly no murder with what happened there. I mean, you can't exactly hold some mosquitoes on trial. Accidents do happen on the job. Can't speak for others, but I most assuredly don't. I reckon you could talk to my supervisor, the overseeing orchardist. He would know more. I used to ask questions, but gee, I just don't feel the urge to anymore. Pollinization by killer mosquitoes, indeedy. It's cutting-edge Rizzo's technology. But don't you worry, valued visitor. Our pollinization cycles only run when the orchards are empty, for safety reasons. When a pollinization cycle finishes or is aborted, all mosquitoes are biologically programmed to return to the hive, their holding pen. Of course, the very last thing Rizzos would want is a beloved tourist bumbling into the hive and triggering an unscheduled cycle, so you'd best steer clear of it for safety. You'll know the hive by its big, glimmering electric fencing. Of course. Why, you say that as if it's a bad thing. I am quite overcome with happiness, indeed. You won't find a Rizzo's worker in all of Eridanos who isn't 100% thrilled in their day-to-day existence. It's part of our brand manifesto.
Das ist ja überhaupt nicht unheimlich.
I am so glad you agree. At Rizzo's, we encourage our employees to view customers in the same way they would a board-approved social acquaintance. Which means it is my pleasure to spend time with you even when I am not being paid to do so. Isn't that nice? I certainly think so. And you know what never fails to bring a smile to my face? The breathtaking tours we offer throughout the orchards. I can't stop you from poking around. There's a
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Stand in awe before our huge Rizzo's Hothouse Conservatory trademark. This building hosts almost as many plant breeds as we have delicious products. Almost. Are you wondering about that omnipresent warm and fragrant mist? That's just our all-natural fertilizing spray, made of pureed Sissy Pig waste products. From nature, back to nature. Our spray is part of the cycle of life. Note, Rizzo's discourages inhalation of its safe and natural liquid fertilizer. In case of accidental inhalation, please record any unusual effects and give that record to the nearest Rizzo's employee as quickly as possible. Remember, you are part of the Rizzo's family. Be kind to your family.
Natürlich.
Timeline discrepancy detected near. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Wer bist du?
Hey, what are you doing in here? Are you authorized to be in the conservatory? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Are you my ex-wife? No, she fell off the side of Eridanos under mysterious circumstances 6 years ago, conveniently rendering our marriage contract null. You must be the new, groundskeeper? That can't be it either, seeing how the new one hasn't died yet. Just who are you?
Du hast es beim ersten Mal richtig erraten. Ich bin aus dem Jenseits zurückgekehrt, um schreckliche Rache zu üben.
Very funny. If you were Edna, you would have stabbed me in the throat halfway through the second word of my first question.
Oh, this poor fella's lost his wits.
I'm getting old, damn it. And after a while, anything that isn't a plant gets hard to distinguish from anything that is. But no, you don't look like Edna. Though you do smell a bit like her, like blood and starship grease. You must be that freelance inspector. Well, I suppose you can poke around as you like. Bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes a body forget how stiff he gets, bent over plants all day.
Ja.
Oh, seems I'm not as young as I feel.
Ist halt schon Helen hier vorbeigekommen.
Indeed. Tromped in and out of the conservatory with no heed for anyone else. Good thing none of my charges were damaged. Starlet or not, I would have had a harsh word for her. I heard she pushed her way into a tour of the RR&DD labs not soon after. She's just a serial actress. Yet she acts like she's deserved of the same access as a co-CEO. Well, she's not going anywhere ever again. Which is a shame, of course. Taken too soon and all.
Du bist ein Botaniker, oder? Welche Arbeit erledigst du fürs Rizzo's?
I sit inside and I look at plants. Goal is usually to make Rizzo's fruit products hardier and sweeter, but for every success, there are a couple of hundred failures. Example, tried breeding native Tripicale with a foreign strain. Would have called it Hexticale. In the end, it bred so fast, workers were swallowed up before they could harvest it. That one, I think, can be attributed to the waspitos. Some lament their irritability, but their productivity is unmatched. What's a few dead workers in the architect's designs?
Wehspücken sind diese wütenden Fliegeviecher, oder?
You say angry. I say efficient. Not only can our waspitos defend themselves, but Rizzo's investments as well. They come through the orchards only during pollination cycles, as dictated by our hive control operators, which means that visitors usually aren't on the receiving ends of their stingers.
Ein Haufen Insekten scheint mir jetzt nicht so beeindruckend zu sein.
Oh yes, certainly. What could be less impressive than an investment that defends itself? Who would care for such a droll and worthless thing? Unless you intend to critique the danger the waspitos pose, in which case, I suggest you save it. They only kill workers when they escape, which happens very infrequently. And even should they escape, the recall system in hive control can return the swarms most readily. Not all that impressive. Pah.
Wir sehen uns, Bro.
Timeline discrepant. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Ja.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Pollution purified.
Who's left? Don't be happy. I just wanted to make you smile. I felt so damn good. Just wanted to make you smile. Everyone all right? Wanted to make you smile.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Ja. Level 29. Punkte. Ja. Tagebuch. Mhm. Ja. Ja. Codex, Pervati. So, das war's aber mit der Folge, Leute. Also vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Haut rein.